Hey, when did we design a new table?
What table? What are you talking about?
It's a new table.
Oh, that problem.
What the hell is that thing?
That's not really like, we do custom heights on our tables. You want to hear something cool about this table?
Yeah.
They got two sets of legs because you can take this off, and so they got coffee table legs and then also dining room table legs. There they are. So you can actually swap this out to be a coffee table or a dining room table.
Very cool. You got the big boy, you got the little boy, and then you got the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I'm in front of the camera. This feels awful, just awful. I hate this so much. This is the worst. So last week we launched our Dice Kickstarter. It was awesome. It was so fun to make. Last Kickstarter before that, though, was our Halloween Kickstarter, and we made a behind the scenes video on how we shot that. You know, you guys really seem to like it, so we're gonna do that again for the Dice Kickstarter video right now. So there's a few shots I want to deep dive into and show you exactly how I made them. But before I do that, just in general, the overall video was shot very differently than how we typically do things. We shoot almost everything on either a gimbal or handheld because this allows us to get some movement in our shots. But this time we shot it on a tripod. Another thing that made shooting this video unique was the Lazy Susan. Since my camera was stuck on a tripod not moving, this Lazy Susan was essential and necessary for me to create movement in my shots. It allowed me to control how fast or how slowly I wanted the dice to be turning. Another thing that really added a cool effect and I think made this video feel like luxurious kind of was this acrylic board right here. 99% of the shots were shot on this tiny little thing. And yeah, when the dice are sitting on it, it just creates that cool reflection. First shot I wanna go over is this shot right here. I love this shot. This is my baby. The reason being, this is the first idea I had when I found out I was gonna be shooting this Kickstarter video. I could picture it in my head, but I didn't know how I was gonna make it actually happen. If I stuck all of the dice on the Lazy Susan at the same time, this is what it would look like. Just poopy. That's poopy garbage. I figured out that I had to put the 6 die on the Lazy Susan, spinning, shoot that, and then shoot another shot of just the D20 on the Lazy Susan, spinning slowly. And then I took it into my video editing software and did something called a mask, which is basically just cutting out a portion of one clip and sticking it into another clip. And this masking allowed me to take the D20, just the D20, and plop it right in the middle of the other 6 polyhedrals. And that was it. That's my favorite shot of the video right there. Okay, the T20 dropping. A lot of people I showed this video to had a problem with the fact that I cut the T20. I cut the shot before it hit the dice. They wanted to see it. They wanted to see it blow up. I did too. That's what I was planning on. I was planning on having that shot continue all the way through. But the thing is, it sucked. It was so underwhelming. It was so anticlimactic. It didn't look cool. I'll actually cut to it so you can see. Yeah, that's not good. So I had to, get creative and do something else with it. This shot was a lot of people told me this was their favorite part of the video afterwards, and I'm glad because it took me so long to make. It was easy to shoot. I just stuck the D6 on the reflective surface, took a photo, and then brought it into Photoshop, masked out the D6, and brought it into my video editing software, and then I had to, duplicate the die like 10, 15 times and just drag them around. At one point I had the dice just kind of like cutting across the middle. Another time I had them cutting up and down. It took me a while to figure out what angle looked aesthetically pleasing. It was the shortest part of the video. It's like 2 seconds long. I think it took me like 5 hours to create Ginny's shot and Satine's shot. Just brutal, but it was worth it. This ending to the video was pretty cool, I think. I think this was a fun shot to watch because the dice cut right into each other. Like it's a seamless transition. You can't tell that the dice have been replaced except for the color change. And the way I did that was by painstakingly swapping out each die and trying to put them in the exact same spot. So that when we cut here, you'll notice the D100 is going across the frame for the watermelon tourmaline, and then for the opalite, it's also coming across. And the D20, you can see it's got the same face. So we got the 11, 13, 5, 18. It looks like it didn't even move. And that brings me to the last shot I want to talk about. This shot was tough. I didn't know how to make it look right. I didn't know how to make it look cinematic, how to make it palatable. It took a while. I did what I could. I think it came out all right, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta work with what you got.
So people wanted to know about the characteristics of rolling on some of our types of dice. So I have created, this is highly advanced, a dice slide.
Okay.
To actually measure the bounce, the length of the roll.
Dice Olympics.
Yes,
right now.
The Dice Olympics. Exactly. So we'll set it up and we'll like load up and then you go woo, and we see how far they roll.
Okay.
And then we'll see like, okay, how does acrylic roll versus gemstone roll versus glass roll versus wood? People are interested in how these materials actually roll, and I think the best way to do it is with a
roll test.
With a roll test.
It's either going to be glass, metal, or gemstone because they're heavy.
I actually think it's going to be the resin because I think resin has more bounce. I'm going to do a test roll with my favorite dice. This is the gold sandstone. The amount of sparkle.
That's actually really nice, yeah.
No, the amount of sparkle on these.
Doug's a sparkly
It's
kind of
like
guy.
so. Wow. I think where I would want to start, do single D20 test, and then we can do set tests.
Yeah.
I think single D20s are going to give the most consistent result because it's almost like the closest to a sphere. I think the result is going to be more random on a cube, depending if it like hits flats versus vertices. Whereas this is more vertices.
Yeah.
The more vertices, I think the more consistent the result. Like the closer you are to a sphere, the more consistent it will be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's like so.
Hematite.
The hematite. The hematite has, it's got the, I think this is my, ooh.
Isn't this a D20?
Yes, Johnny.
I knew that.
So we're gonna always release these D20s from the same point, which we'll say is like right here. We have like team resin, team aluminum, team wood, team glass, and then team gemstone / mineral.
That's glass?
Hematite and sandstone are not glass.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
not-
yes, you're
Okay.
right, that's
I
not.
was going to say, that's really
This
cool.
is the only glass we have.
Actually, this is a type of glass.
Sandstone is glass.
That's not sand, this is, what is this fucking
That's
called?
gold sandstone.
Yes. What did we say in the Kickstarter?
Gemstone.
It's gemstone.
It literally it has stone in its name. How on earth can it be glass?
You could call all sorts of things things. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna start with resin. No, I'm gonna start with gemstone.
Okay.
Egyptian marble. Ready?
Yep.
Wow.
That was, wow, underwhelming.
You know what? I want to try it again. I want to see like a little bit of a test. God. We have to give it a little. There it goes.
Wow, about the same.
Interesting.
There we go.
Interesting. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh, guys.
What is this?
Oh.
Adam's back.
Good to have you back, Adam.
Red sucks.
His ears are ringing.
Do you want to just double check my setup?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Always.
Let's do that.
It's classic Adam. Classic Adam.
I gotta see this third roll.
How, you want to do some rolls?
I want to do some roll. I want to do some roll. You look.
Strip?
Did it? No.
You're gonna do the Bobby
Do
Bennett.
the Bobby Bennett.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Oh, the Bobby Bennett dice suck.
With a 1.
Hey, aren't these the most expensive dice in the Kickstarter?
Yeah, and they roll the worst. I'm gonna put little sad faces for the Bobby Bennett.
If we did 2 out of 3, we gotta do 2 out of 3 here.
Oh my gosh, dude, these are very...
13. Last one. Here we go.
That is
19, that
just
was a good roll.
incredible.
Nice.
I can't believe how consistent these are.
They are actually pretty consistent.
Aluminum does not roll far.
No, I think it may have to do with it's not. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Wood, glass,
I
resin.
feel like Johnny should go wood. It's a wood guy.
Yeah,
right
do
here.
wood.
Wood's
That's
a,
fun.
Wood's a loser, but
You think so? I don't
playing-
know.
we're-
What do you
This
mean? Yeah, they did. 18.
Yeah, do the same one a
Keep it
couple times.
consistent.
I just wanna.
Look
20!
at that, man.
You are an excellent roller. And then we'll do some glass and resin, and then we'll just do them all once.
Oh,
Why?
Oh, 20 though.
Jesus.
Johnny, you gotta start
Wow.
playing D&D, man.
Resin.
This is
I
a
think
thing.
this is going to perform the best.
Pretty good.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe I was wrong.
Let's go.
Oh!
One more.
Ooh, that slid right down. That was kind of
Nice.
sexy. That's gonna look good on camera.
This looks good on camera.
Okay.
Do
We didn't do a
yet?
glass.
We gotta do
Bobby,
glass.
do a
Alright,
glass.
shit.
Do a glass, please.
Shit! I love these dice.
The Dahlia.
Okay, glass.
Disappointing. 2. You are just a shit roller.
I'm not. We'll give it now. I'm gonna.
Very bad.
3. 18. Okay, that's a good
18
roll.
and it went far.
It went.
Okay.
Okay, it didn't do that.
Farther than the others, okay?
Sure.
Oh, hematite. We gotta do hematite.
Oh, hematite.
Hematite is interesting.
This is heavy. No, it does. It's in the range of all the other.
Ruby.
Oh, this is the big one.
Ruby.
I think this may be one of the tops.
I also think that.
I think this is gonna more people are gonna pledge for the Ruby and Zoetite than anybody else. Let's see how it rolls. How light? How light? Oh, that one actually.
That looked pretty good.
18. Ed, come roll a die.
Gold sandstone. That's my favorite.
All right, ready? Here we
Yep,
go.
good. Oh wow.
Bad.
Man, there's a huge amount of variance. That's almost like they're random. Yeah. Sum up so far the conclusions. Wood and resin roll the farthest. Gemstones mid-range. Bobby Bennett. So we do a race. We're gonna do a.
Wood, gemstone, glass.
Let's get the Bobby Bennett in there.
Yeah.
Let's get the Bobby Bennett in there. Let's
You
see
always
how
need a good loser.
Wood.
I got my money on the cherry.
Actually, yeah. Let's get some money involved. Let's get some money involved.
Let's actually make it interesting.
Yeah.
$1,000 says.
No.
No. Whoever wins, Wyrmwood has to buy them lunch for a week.
For a week on one race? Okay, everybody has to pick their favorite. If we're gonna do something that serious, everyone has to pick their favorite die. I'm picking my favorite. It is a gemstone. I'm doing gold sandstone. Ed?
Hematite.
Hematite. Bobby, what do you want?
Give me the Macassar ebony.
JV, you chose cherry already,
I'm gonna
correct?
go cherry. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go purely based on looks.
There we go.
Picture
That's a nice die
Jasper.
right there.
Picture Jasper.
is.
Nice choice.
Come on, guys. Ted, Scott,
Get in here.
Gates, get in here. Pick a D20.
Kind of want this one because it kind of matches my mask.
There,
Oh, there you go.
Okay. What was mine again? Fuck, what was mine?
You had the sandstone.
Oh, it's so pretty. The sparkly one. That's my favorite. We good?
Yep.
Ready?
Nice gold.
Yep.
You good, JV?
Yep.
Probably miss.
Come on, gold sandstone!
Oh,
Yeah, Bobby! Fuck you!